Good afternoon, good evening to everyone. How are you? Welcome to Spiritual Chit Chat. It's funny, I haven't been using that word as I just started to say it. It was like I haven't really been advertising this as Spiritual Chit Chat because we've been doing it per the different topics and stuff like that. But Spiritual Chit Chat started quite a few years ago, even before the big lockdown, and it's always been this time frame. But today we are talking about self hypnosis. It's so powerful, and it's such a wonderful thing that everybody should learn how to do. So many of us do it sort of anyways. When you're daydreaming, when you're kind of spacing out, you're in a little bit of a hypnotic state. A lot of times when we're watching TV and you're kind of zoned out, even on the internet, anything that you do where you kind of zoned out is a kind of a state of hypnosis. Oh, hello everybody. Hey, Hillary and Karen and Barbie. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that today. And part of the reason that I wanted to talk about it today is I do have a class coming this Saturday. Starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, that is teaching you how to do self hypnosis. It's going to teach you all about, what it is, why it works, how to do it, and all the different ways and areas of your life that you can use it for. Because it's not all that complicated. I've been a certified clinical hypnotherapist for, gosh, I think like close to 20 years now. And it's, if you're going to do it with other people, for other people, there's a lot to learn because you're digging into the subconscious, you're digging into the emotional things, you're digging into trauma and triggers, and you have to know a lot. But if you're doing it for yourself, it really isn't all that complicated. And I've kind of broken it down into a few very simple steps that are really powerful to help you quickly and easily get into that state of kind of peace and harmony, how to take yourself into a deeper state of really tapping into the subconscious, tapping into higher consciousness in order to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And you can do things. Hi, Gael. Yay. You can tap into things like, helping you lose weight, stop smoking, um, moving into things where, healing your triggers and traumas, that kind of stuff. And also, I'm going to talk about contacting the Akashic Records, past lives. So, we're really going to do like a real broad swath of what you can do with it by learning the really cool basics. The class is about 3 hours long, and you can find it on my website at micheleambergy.com under Conscious Living Academy. I have my academy is part of my website. So anytime you guys need to find about classes, YouTubes, anything that I'm doing, go to my website, go to Conscious Living Academy. My calendar is on there, my upcoming classes and stuff is on there, and also all the different things that I do, as well as my membership. I've got a spiritual development program. I've got an ascension program. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. I also have all of my recorded classes that you can also buy. And I just moved them all over to Vimeo. So they're on a really cool platform now. They look really great. So a lot of stuff for you guys. I've been working really hard the last 3 or 4 years to create something that has something for everyone. And so I hope that you guys find it useful and helpful. And here on YouTube on Tuesday afternoons, we talk about all these different things. And today we're going to talk about self hypnosis and why it's so important, why it's important to learn the basics of it. And part of it, right out of the gate, is so many of us have been operating in a level of hypnotic state for a long time. And it's part of the reason why, hey, RevNed, it's part of the reason why marketing works so well. Because when you're watching TV and or listening to radio, we tend to zone out, right? We're in a very light trance state. And then we can be programmed. What is TV called? It's called programming. And so you can begin to be programmed and things that are repeated over and over. That's why mantra and decrees and affirmations work so well Because when you do things over and over and over and over, and you allow yourself that kind of suspended mental state, it programs you. And so you want to learn some self hypnosis to deprogram, right? But to also use that state, being able to access it and be able to use that state to program good things and healthful things and things that will be beneficial for you, because it is one of the natural states of the brain. It's one of the natural states of being. When we do meditation, that's another state. Part of the way I got to being a hypnotherapist is I have taught meditation classes and used meditation for everything. And I had a couple of people say, "Wow, you have a great voice. Have you ever thought about doing hypnotherapy?" And I thought, "No, I have not, but I will now." And I looked into it and decided to do it. And actually was so lucky to get connected up with a great group of people. It's called the International. It was the oh my God, I can't even think of IACH, International Association of Clinical Hypnotherapists, and was a member of that group for a very long time. I was actually on the board of directors for a while. And it's so powerful to use. And for a long time, it was only something that people thought that your psychotherapist could use, but it's something that we can all use. One of the things that's really cool about self hypnotherapy is being able to calm the mind. That's one of the big things that was kind of started me on realizing I really needed to start doing a course in this a few years ago when I put this up. I have so many people that say, "Well, I can't meditate." Right? And it's like, well, everybody can meditate, but we're never taught how to calm the mind. We're never taught how to get out of that wah and into a state to where we're calm, we're peaceful. Hey, Michele, welcome, welcome. Um, and the process to calm the mind for meditation is easily equivalent to the process of stilling the mind for hypnotherapy. And using self hypnotherapy and some of the tools I'm going to teach you on Saturday um, can really, really help with that. Because, guys, we need to be meditating. We need to be stilling the mind. We are so overstimulated. And I say that not just from what I experience like with other people and what's going on, but myself. I've been meditating for over 2 decades. And there are times when I sit down to meditate and my brain, I literally feel like what they say, the monkey mind. I literally feel like my brain is running in 15 different directions. And it's and I've been doing it for a long time. I do hypnotherapy well, hypnotherapy and meditation. I find the two dance together very well. But I do these things every single day and oftentimes multiple times a day with clients and students and in my classes and all that kind of stuff. And then when I sit down for me, I still have that going on in my head, right? Isn't that what it feels like? It's like, oh, or bees. I had someone describe it like a bees, like a beehive in their head. And it really does. And it's part of it is because we are constantly being stimulated, not only from the environment around us, but from what's going through the airwaves, from the food that we eat. There's so many neurotoxins in the food that we eat, in our water, in the air, everything. Pesticides, a lot of stuff they spray on fruits and vegetables, are endocrine disruptors, and they're also neurological stimulants, right? And so oh man, we've got a lot going against us, but there are some things that we can do. And one of them that I'm going to share with you, you don't even have to take the class, is breathing. Most people breathe so shallowly. Shallowly, is that a word? It is now. Breathe so shallow that the body never gets that deep, deep inhalation, that deep, deep exhalation that allows the nervous system to calm down and allows the muscles to begin to relax. Because we have to remember the nervous system, in the form of what is called the fascia, travels through every part of our body. It's around the muscles, it's around the organs, it's around everything. And the fascia is an extension of our nervous system. So if we can't calm ourselves at least a little bit every day. That is like all the time, right? Everything's on high alert all the time. Everything's on DEFCON 1, right? Where it's like DEFCON 1, it's going down, nuclear, annihilation is at hand. And a lot of people live that way. And, the mind responds to the neurological biology, what is going on. And so we have to use the breath to still the nervous system, to begin to still the mind. And so the breath, yeah, Michelle, it is deep breathing. And you guys, you don't need a class on it. You don't need any special equipment. All you need to do is, and do it with me right now, deep breath in and deep breath out. All the way out. And deep breath in through your nose if it feels comfortable. Deep breath out. And one more time. Deep breath in through the nose if you can. And out. Breathing, breathing out through the mouth, open mouth. A lot of times, breathing in, you're bringing in extra oxygen. Breathing out, you're releasing some extra carbon dioxide. So you're oxygenating the body. And if you do that a few times, even 3 times, you can all of a sudden notice, oh, the brain lights up a little bit. Oh, you sit a little taller. It's a little bit, ooh, the world becomes a little bit brighter. The breathing is so, so important. And Michelle is saying, my anxiety has been high, and I noticed by breathing was shallow. Yeah. Yeah. If you have anxiety at all, I do. And who doesn't these days? We're all running on a certain level of anxiety. There's so much crazy stuff going on, right? But the breathing is really, really important. And that's what you'll notice almost everybody who teaches meditation or does any kind of hypnotherapy at all. We always start with some nice deep breathing, calm the nervous system, oxygenate the brain and the blood, and get us back to a natural state. And another thing, and I've been saying this for a long time, that will help is get out in nature, get your feet on the ground. I am so guilty of getting caught up in my office day after day, week after week, month after month, and barely get outside. I'm barefoot all the time, except for when it's really, really cold. So that helps. But I'm not always barefoot in the grass, in the dirt, in the sand. And that is a huge thing to balance your nervous system as well, because we electromagnetically connect to Mother Earth. There's electronics and magnetics, electromagnetic, between our feet and the earth. And when we do that, we're able to release a lot of energetic toxin down into Mother Earth and to renew and to kind of like the word that's coming to me right now is amplify our electronic system, because we are electromagnetic. We're electric. Our nervous system is electric, right? And we're also magnetic. Many of our systems are magnetic as well. So the electric is ooh, the magnetic is drawing in, and we're pulsing, right? We're frequencies that pulse. And everything that goes on in here, everything that goes on in our heart, everything that goes on in our inner landscape is pulsing out and pulling in. Electric, magnetic, electric, magnetic, right? And so taking command of that through self hypnosis, through breathing, through grounding, through the many steps that I'm going to teach you guys on Saturday will go miles to help you feel better. If you are in a space where you need healing, like Michelle brought up anxiety, it will take that anxiety down a notch. And I actually have a little tool that I've shared, and I have actually I have a video and I have a little short on my YouTube channel of a little tool to bring anxiety down, just counting with numbers. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and you just start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you just start throwing out random numbers. And what that does is it gets your brain to stop focusing on the problem, which is what starts up the anxiety to begin with. And it takes your brain away from whatever that trigger is, and it'll help you to calm down too. So you can find that on my YouTube channel where you guys are at right now. Um, and so a lot of different things that's really powerful, a lot of tools under the hip or self hypnosis umbrella. And the other thing that I do is I talk about writing the Tessaract. I've been having so much fun because I've been learning about basically time travel through sharing some wonderful things with my darling granddaughter. And what we've been learning is this word called Tesseract, right? Is a four-dimensional cube that shifts and changes in a constant basis. And within it is the possibility of everything. So it's fourth dimensional. So what it is you have a square, then you have a cube, and then you have a tesseract. Okay. So they're saying a tesseract is to a cube is what a cube is to a square, right? So it's that multidimensional, it's that dimensionality that happens. And within the tesseract, you have all potentials. And so learning self hypnosis, doing hypnotherapy brings you into that fourth dimensional tesseract energy where all things are possible. One of the things I do in hypnotherapy is I do what's called rescripting. So we identify a trigger, we identify an issue, we identify something, we go back to moments before that happened, and we walk through the situation in hypnotherapy and we redo the whole situation. We change that situation, the experience of that situation by using the power of our mind, our imagination, our intention, make that situation having turned out absolutely completely something different. And then we watch how the energy signatures in your body, in your mind, in your subconscious mind, in your organs, in your DNA change and shift and begin to bring relief all the way through. And it works with weight loss and smoking cessation and all that kind of stuff. That's why hypnotherapy works, because ultimately everything that we have that's a trigger is something that happened in the past that no longer is in action. You're not experiencing that anymore, but it has anchored, it has settled in a part of your body, in a part of your mind, most likely in your navel chakra too, in your emotional chakra. So it's in your energy system. But when you shift that energy, when you shift that frequency, everything that stemmed from it begins to collapse, right? It begins to collapse in upon itself. And so we change that, we rescript that, and as we rescript that, all the energy that's happened begins to collapse, and then we rescript it into the very highest, most beneficial, wonderful outcome that we can. So as everything is collapsing, we're refilling all that in with good stuff, right? With positive stuff, with life affirming, with self affirming experience within the mental construct, because that's what the mind is made for. it's it creates, it creates. And so it can create good or it can create bad, it can create wonderful or it can create horror. And through the act of self hypnosis, meditation, a lot of different things, we learn to master the mind instead of the mind mastering us. We learn to be able to take this powerful tool that we have and use it to our benefit. And that's what self hypnosis is about. Is this learning to use the tool of the manifester, right? And there's more that's around that too. You know, your emotions are behind it. I'm putting it very simply, but we can use simple tools to allow some of that healing to start. And it's really powerful. It's very profound. And so I hope that you guys will like the class. I know I have it limited to 5 people. I've got 4 people right now. So if anybody is wanting to get in, you need to get in and register right now. I might open it up to one more person if somebody really wants to come in, but I don't want to do too much more than that because I want to be able to take the time and work with each of you, doing a little bit of individual stuff because we all have our own thing, right? Michelle is saying laying on the grass works better than standing. Whatever works for you. One of the things with the electromagnetic connection is have some kind of bare skin on the earth, like your arms, your hands, or even your head, right? Putting your hair on the earth is wonderful. Your hair is electromagnetic too. A lot of people think hair is dead. It is not. It is a living being. Ask any Native American worth their salt. Right? This communicates, right? This communicates the spirit. So yeah. So we have so many tools, and as we're going through this change, as we're going through this restructuring of the matrix, we're seeing it as a collapse. It could be a collapse, it could be a restructuring. It's all kind of basically the same. One thing goes away, another thing comes in and takes its place. We want to be powerfully using this creative tool we have of the mind, to guide us into what we really want and how we really would like to see it. And the imagination plays a huge part in that too. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. The imagination is so important. It is so important that we use our imagination, to use the power of the mind to create what we want to create and to get it shifted away from constantly focusing on what we don't want, what we're afraid of, what happened in the past, the negative self talk that we all get into. It's all part of it. We all do it. We all do it. But when you begin to practice things, even breathing helps, becoming self aware, you begin to catch yourself and you're like, ooh, do I want to say that? Maybe I don't want to say that because I know at some level of my mind, of my heart and soul, that I'm creating by my words. I'm creating by what I'm thinking on. You begin to shift that. You can really shift your life and very, very quickly. And that's why I'm doing this self hypnosis class too, is to begin to get us out of those patterns. That's one of the things that we're going to do. So we're going to do a little hypnosis to help our minds to let go of those old patterns that are not serving what we truly desire. It's really, really powerful. It's really, really powerful. Um, so yeah, it's going to be fun. So another thing, along with the breathing and along with the connecting to Mother Earth, is the ability to pay attention to what you're thinking, the ability to pay attention to what is going on around you and what you're doing. So many of us are on, I was going to call it remote control, but yeah, it's basically what it is. We're just going through the motions, right? We're just trying to get through the day. The world and lives have become somewhat overwhelming. We're not designed to work, 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 and come home and eat and flop in front of the TV. Or, we're designed to be out in nature. We're designed to be outside and moving. We're designed to move our bodies. That is our natural way of being. And so we're very much out of our natural habitat. And so getting back into natural habitat, moving your body, getting some exercise, yoga and stretching and all that stuff is so important because the body really needs to move. And so that's another thing too, to get everything back in alignment. And honestly, most of all this stuff is stuff we already know. But it's weird because it's not designed into our lives anymore. It's not designed into our lives anymore. If we worked at a place where every hour we all, everybody stood up and went outside and did some stretching or qigong or something like that, which they do a lot in many of the Asian countries. Maybe not every hour, but where they move and they collectively, it's part of the culture, is the moving and the doing all that. It's designed into the lifestyle. And most of those cultures are a lot healthier, and as the Western influence comes in, they begin to get sicker and sicker and sicker. And and with that then comes in all the pharmaceuticals and stuff, and it shifts and changes. And so you're going to find, as we move forward and as this great awakening and the new earth and all this good stuff we talk about begins to take more and more shape, you're going to find that we're all going to naturally turn back to a more natural, native, and tribal or community type living, because it's what we're designed for. And it's funny, I remember people saying, oh, we were evolved from monkeys. And that just freaks me out because monkeys scare me. But if you think about it, maybe we're not, evolved from monkeys, but we're definitely evolved from a more beautiful natural design. It's kind of in my mind what I think is God, the creator, universe, whatever that is, looked at this beautiful planet that we had and saw the life and the abundance that she was, and wanted to create something equally beautiful. And in that creation, humanity was born. And is it ETs that helped? Who knows? Who knows? Someday we'll know. But to me, it's like it's life creating life, and we were created with such beauty and such power and such sacredness, and to get back into that state again should be should be I don't say should very often, but it should be a part of our goal in all the things that we do. When we can do that, we can make that a lot easier through self hypnosis. So I hope this gave you guys something to think about, um as far as why that is so good, and why writing the Tesseract, I call it writing the Tesseract, is it's writing that fourth, fifth, sixth, and more dimensional aspect where all the potentialities are there, all the potentials are there. You don't have to stay stuck in the old ways anymore. You don't have to stay stuck in that. We really have at our disposal the Tesseract of fourth dimensional believing and meditation and self hypnotherapy and hypnotherapy and many other tools like that. Even getting energy healing sometimes puts you into that space, but you have to know what to do with the mind, right? Writing the Tesseract, to me, it's almost like the Tesseract is that bull, and we're writing the Tesseract, right? And we're like, we're getting our minds under control. We're getting mastery of our minds. We're learning the potentiality when we have a mind that serves our purpose instead of runs crazy. And writing that Tesseract, that potential, is so cool. And it's funny, if you Google Tesseract and you get some of the moving things, it's this beautiful, moving, interactive thing that goes from being a cube to a dodecahedron and back, and it moves in and of it, and in inside and outside. It's doing this, it's waving. Um and it's amazing when you think about that. So that's why I call this writing the Tesseract, because we really are. But we have to teach ourselves how to do it, and we have to take some mastery over our minds. And that's what I'm going to teach you guys on Saturday. So I hope to see you guys. Like I said, I've got one or two left, and I'll open it up for one more if there's anybody else that's in there. I don't want to have more than 6 people in the class. So does anybody have any questions around that, around hypnotherapy, around anything like that, and around self hypnotherapy for you? Have any of you guys learned self hypnotherapy or practiced that at all? Because it's really interesting. It's fascinating. The mind is fascinating. I've always kind of been fascinated with the mind. When I was young, I was a little bit shy, so I did a lot of observing, watching people, watching their behavior, watching body language, watching the way the eyes and facial expressions and stuff like that. And I was always fascinated with it. And I even went into psychology in college. I started studying all that kind of stuff, and I got a little sidetracked, and here I am. I like this part of psychology better, anyways. So if anybody has any questions, that's great. If not, we'll throw a couple cards down. If anybody has questions of a personal nature that they need, you guys are welcome. Another thing I'm starting to do, your questions, I'm putting them up for everybody to see. Because one thing we want to remember, when I pull cards and I share with you guys what's going on, um, it's interesting because a lot of times I'll have people contact me later and said, "Oh, you pulled a card for Susie and it really spoke to me. Am I being selfish, or am I stealing her reading if I think it's for me?" And I want everybody to know, whether you're watching live or you're watching it, otherwise, anything with these cards or these messages or anything that I say, really, if it resonates with you, or there's something in your body that goes, "Ooh, I like that," or "Ooh, that touches me," that means it's a message for you. We are a collective. We are that oneness thing kicks in, especially here, when we are coming together, understanding things in a very similar fashion. Where you guys are drawn here because you're drawn to the frequency, and I'm so happy to be here because I know that our little community is all operating on the same vibe, man, on the same mental vibe. And so here we go. Hillary, what do I need to know for my best and highest good right now? Oh, Hillary, you have got this down pat, girl. Let's show everybody. Now, I want to say to everybody, Hillary does her questioning this way because she's learned and been with me for a really long time. But also, this is a great way to ask a question. Um, but also, no, it's not the only way. If you have a question about a particular thing that you want guidance on, you're going to get a lot clearer answer, especially in this kind of a thing when I'm going boom, 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 boom. Um, if ask for what you have a question of. Now I know a lot of times Hillary's got a lot going on. And she this is how she needs to ask her questions. But if you have something in specific that you want to address, ask that specifically too, right? Like those of you who are on a lot of times Hillary say, what do I need to know for my highest good regarding a topic? That's wonderful too. Ooh, Hillary, I think this is a consistent message for you. And then we'll do this one. Yeah. So Hillary, your answer. We got the card. We're doing the Oceanic Tarot. The dolphins and the mermaids are calling me this week. I've already used them earlier today. I used some yesterday. So you got the card of possibilities, right? You got the 7 card, which is the master number. So what you need to know is there's many, many possibilities that are available to you. And one of the things that's really important is for you to remember, Hillary, that you're the manifester. You manifest what these possibilities are, and you use these possibilities according to what you're focusing your mind on. So what do you want? This isn't about what you're afraid that you're not going to get, what you're afraid it might not be. That isn't what this is. This is all the possibilities are out there. You're writing the Tessaract, right? All options are available. What are you focusing on? Because that's what you're going to manifest. Isn't that cool? It's so simple. Now, is it that easy? No. That's why I'm doing a self hypnosis class and teach you guys a bunch of ways to go about doing that. But Hillary, this is interesting that this is the topic of the day and this is the answer. What are you focusing on? Because you're creating it, right? Everything is available to you. What do you want, Hillary? Focus on that. If you don't know what you want, then focus on stilling your mind and letting your answers come up from within, right? Dear God, what do I do about such and such? Show me, right? And learn to still and quiet your mind. And then you feel that answer start bubbling up. And a lot of times it's not what you want to hear. That's one of the things, and I am so guilty of this. It's like I want to hear a certain thing, and it's like, dear God, how do I figure out how to to buy a new car, right? And so often we're focusing on, oh well, I can't do it for this, and I don't have enough money, and I can't get over there, and that's I can't do it, and I can't do it. It's so easy to get into that mindset, but it's amazing what happens when you're like, no, I'm doing it. Need a new car, gonna get it done, open to the possibilities, let the divine within me show me what steps to take while I continue to focus on the outcome of having that new car, right? Or the car fix, whatever it is you need, that new business, this deal going through really good, working in what is your passion, finding your passion, even it's all within you. You are the Tesseract. What? You are. You are the Tesseract. So, Hillary, excellent question. Yeah, and Hillary goes, I do always have a lot going on. You do. You do. You're a magical creature, Hillary. It's awesome. And it's fun. That's what life is about. We're supposed to be here living it. We're not supposed to be, you know, worrying about what we can't have. We're supposed to be spending our time creating what we can. My belief system is that God is experiencing itself through me, right? So are we going to limit God's experiences, or are we going to let God show us how to get through a lot of stuff? And I find typically when I really follow my divine nature and my divine guidance, it always comes out amazing. When I start getting caught up in my mind, I make some dumb mistakes, and that's where I get myself in trouble. Um, so yeah. So yeah. So Michele is saying, I love it. You guys are awesome. What do I need to know for my best and highest good about the transformation that is occurring? All right. Ooh. Okay. Michele, first card you have is trust, right? And this is the King of Pentacles. So this is the one that says trust, because this is coming through for you in a very solid and believable way, okay? It's allowing yourself, and again, it's kind of what we're talking about. Trust that you have put your very best out there and that it's coming to you, and then allow the new beginnings to come in. Check that out. Check that out. Your main word, your main focus is to trust yourself to create what you truly want. Trust yourself to create what you truly want. And you're going to do that by being mindful and making sure that you are creating what you really want by focusing on, thinking on, spending time imagining what you truly want. And when you catch yourself going into the, oh, but I can't have that because I don't have enough money, or oh, I can't have that because Susie Q's in the way, or whatever. When you catch yourself thinking that, it's like, no, I'm choosing to reach my goal. I'm choosing to have such and such. I'm choosing to have this transformation be as easy and beautiful as possible, because that transformation is happening. That's that new beginning that's happening for you. Trust. Trust yourself to create it. Use the tool of your powerful mind. Trust yourself a little bit. Cool, huh? Very cool. I love that. Thank you, Michele. I hope that helps you. And then we have Gaia. Let's see, sweetie, what do you got? What is the message that Roo Chuckles is here to bring me? Roo is a rooster who showed up at my house and now sleeps on my screen porch with me every night. Oh, how cute is that? Roo Chuckles. Roo Chuckles. Oh my God, that's so cute. I'm tapping into the Roo. Ooh. Gaia. Wow. Nice. Okay, so manifestation. You guys notice the second time this card has come up in our little meeting here today. So when it starts showing up on multiple times, this means it's for all y'all. Okay. Manifestation. Ruru is here to teach you to manifest. What are you focusing on? How are you speaking? Ruru is bringing you the card of destiny. He is bringing you the information, the energy of your destiny. What are roosters about? They're about waking up in the morning and singing your song. They're about taking life, taking the bull by the horns, taking the life and living it, okay? And being a king in your place. Oh, now you're a woman, so you're going to be a queen in your place, but boom, it's my place. It's authority. It's about divine authority. It's not about matrix authority. It's about divine authority. I come, I speak I'm here and I'm in my authority. And this goes along with the reading you got earlier. If you haven't gone to the membership and got your reading from there today yet, go over there to A Million I Love Yous, to our private Facebook page, and go get your reading on there, because this is right in alignment with that. And then you have the card of recovery. So what this card is also about is healing from the past that took your voice away. And I'm feeling like a lot of this is about the voice, about speaking your truth, speaking out, speaking what needs to be spoken. And it isn't speaking what needs to be spoken to other people. This is really about your inner authority, you as a divine spiritual person, and what needs to be spoken. And it doesn't always need to be spoken to someone. Sometimes it just needs to be, I am sacred and I am holy. And it needs to be spoken out loud, right? But you have a voice, and your voice needs to be heard. And it needs to be heard in the universe. The universe needs to hear you speak it. Ah, 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 right? Cock-a-doodle-doo, right? This isn't about saying anything to anybody else. This isn't about that time is past, I just heard. There is no need for that. This is about you speaking your truth to the universe, and it's out loud. It's out loud. So that's really cool. That's really cool. I'm going to leave you with that, Gayal. Wow. I'm hearing the rooster crow. I'm hearing the rooster crow. Wow. Good one. Thank you for that question. That's good. And that goes for a lot of us too. Goes for a lot of us. A lot of times we need to speak. We need to speak those words that are trapped in our throat. And a lot of times people think speaking your truth means you have to go tell somebody something, or you have to go tell that person what you thought, or have to go express how that person made you feel. That's not always what it's about. Sometimes it's like in your space, in your place, you, God, and the universe, and you speak that truth. I am sacred. I am valuable. I am divine. I have authority. I know what I'm doing. Right? It's very, very powerful. All right. So, Karen, let's pop you in here. What do I need to know to help me grow? What a great question. That's a great question. Um, I'm hearing Archangel Uriel. He's chuckling and he goes, everything we've been talking about here. And he's laughing because I don't know if you've ever worked with Archangel Uriel, but he's coming in and he's like nodding at you like, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. So he's stepping in to guide what the message from these cards for you, Karen. I don't know if you know Archangel Uriel, but if you don't, I'd start calling him in. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So the first card you have, it's self-reflection. This card is about self-judgment. This card also represents Archangel Gabriel. So you got two archangels coming in to help you, Karen. I hope that you're calling upon them to be a part of who you are. I know Archangel Michael is always here and helping. And right now it's 444 in Southern California. That is the number of the archangels. So Karen, archangels are calling you. Please start inviting them into your life every single day. They're speaking to you very, very loud. This is about self-reflection. It's about self-judgment, honey. You've got to let go and forgive yourself and be done with it. Be done with it. Done. Done. It's amazing when we decide to just be like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. How things will shift and how we realize that we hang on to things that it doesn't even matter. And there's something in there. There's a little that's in there that is it's still in there. It's a little nugget of something that you just It's almost like you're afraid to let go of because if you let go, A, it'll seem like you don't care. B, it'll seem like you're saying it's okay. And C, you have a little bit of identity wrapped around it. You've kind of wrapped yourself into whatever this is. It's like it's kind of become part of your identity and it isn't who you are at all. And it's just like just freaking let go and recognize who you truly are as the sacred and holy divine being, part of the Trinity, the triad, the Father, Mother, and the child. You're a child of Mother God, Father God, and nothing less. Nothing less. God is within you. How are you treating God? Is how you're treating yourself. Would you treat God poorly? Hope not. And whatever God is for you, right? Whatever God is, it's not the God on the cloud. It's whatever God or the universe, or I like to call it the eternal loving presence. God is it within you. Would you hold God in, oh, what I'm getting, in chains for something that happened 30 years ago? Let it go. And it's a little thing, Karen. It's not like it's a big thing. It's like a little nugget. You've done so much work. And check this out. Part of what's going to shift for you is prosperity. And this isn't just money, although this is represents money, but it's also prosperity and everything, in love, in joy, in happiness, in good health, in everything. This card right here, this represents Hanua, which is life and the life force energy. So part of your life force energy is wrapped up in this little thing that's still lingering from something in the past that you just haven't let go of. And, sometimes when we let go of something, we're so afraid it means that we don't care anymore. And that isn't what it's about at all. It's you always will care, but you're letting go of the energy that binds you. And that's how I want you to look at it, is let go of the energy that binds you and work on that a little bit. And I hope that helps you, honey, because that's what we all have this. We all have those little things. And as we do more work, and that hypnotherapy class would be great for you. As we do more work and we dig a little bit deeper, we all have those things. I just realized, like last week, um, that I had one of those little nuggets in there, that I've been holding on to something. It was actually holding on to hope that someone would change. And I had an experience where I just realized, you want to know what? I'm not holding on to that anymore. I give up. Boom, boom, done with you. Done with it. Not doing it anymore. What a relief. And, a lot of you guys know, that I have a hip injury and I have a lot of pain. Pain is my everyday visitor. And when I released this, my pain level came down. I'm usually sitting at about a 4 or 5. It came down a couple of ticks and hasn't come back. And I let go of this situation and hope that it would be better. And I just realized it's I gotta let go of it. Whether it gets better or not, it doesn't matter. Whether that person pulls their head out or not, doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It's energy that binds me, that holds me, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not hoping anymore, right? Bam. It's like, whoa, didn't even realize I was holding on to that. We all do it. We all do it. So I hope that helps you, Karen, because I know it's easy. It's easy to get trapped in that. And as parents, I don't know if this has anything to do with a child or a family member, but a lot of times we're taught, if it's family or if you're a parent, you know, you have to hang on for all it's worth. You never let go. Sometimes no, letting go is the best thing you can do. Sometimes letting go is the biggest lesson you can give. And it hurts. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's amazing and it's powerful. So I hope that helped. Michele, congratulations. Michele just signed up for this the hypnosis class. Good job, honey. I cannot wait to see you in it. So cool. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Gayal is saying, I've been beginning to realize, she was talking about the rooster. I've been beginning to realize that I am powerful. Animals are coming to me because they see that. Yep, they do. Stick with me, Gael. Girl, I will support you in that. You are powerful. Yeah, Hillary, I'm done. I quit. Yeah, and quitting, when you've given it your all, and you don't even look at it as quitting, just looking at it as I'm done. I'm done with this round of whatever this is. I'm done. I let go. I let go. And it's amazing how freeing that is and how that can really, really um set you free, you know? And a lot of times, sometimes we hold on to energy, even a teeny bit of energy around someone else. And when we decide we're free, we set them free too. There's a process that I do that goes um where if you say someone's name, so say you say John, 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 I release you. I release you now. I release you and set you free. And I allow God, Goddess, Creator, to move in, through, and as you to bring about your greatest life. And then it's John, 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 you release me. You release me and allow God, Goddess, Creator to work through me to be my greatest life. And then you do Michele, 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 Michele. I release myself. And I release myself and set myself free and allow God, Goddess, Creator to work for me for my greatest life. And so it's a process. You set someone else free, you have that person set you free, and then you set yourself free from that person, right? I set you free, now I set myself free. It's two different actions, right? I set you free, and then I set myself free from you. It's kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird, but that's how the psyche works. And then you set the intention, do the manifestation through the imagination that whoever that is, or it can be a situation, doesn't even have to be a person, that sets you free too. Really, really powerful. You guys can use that too. Yeah. Good job, Michele. I'm so excited. It's going to be such a great class. And so, Michele, you will get a Zoom link that will take you to the class on Saturday morning. Yay! So cool. And then Hillary is saying, I struggle to release, but when I give up is when it magically, sparkly shit comes to me. It's so true. One of those sparkly days for me was yesterday. Good job, honey. Good job. And sometimes, it's stuff that we don't even realize it's there. Sometimes it's stuff we're so much realize is there, but we think we're not allowed to let go of it. And we're allowed to. If it's hurting or holding you down or back in any way, you got to let go of it. You got to let go of it. Let it's almost like turning it over to God. That's what I do a lot of times too. Is it's like I'll take someone and I'll say, God, I'm holding this person or this situation up to you, and I'm giving this to you to take care of it because I just can't do it anymore. And that's another way of doing it too, another loving way. So, you guys, this has been great. I want to tell you that Rev Ned, Dana Sparkles, and myself are on at 5:30 today, right here on this very same YouTube channel. So in a half an hour, in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, we're going to be back and we're going to be talking about gratitude, walking the sacred path of gratitude. What is it? It is, oh, I don't have the title. It's Walking the Sacred Bridge of Gratitude. We've got some really good stuff for you guys. We've got some good music. Dana always sings the sacred songs at the end, and Rev Ned always makes his amazing videos. And I just stand in the middle of my two brothers and just, I don't know, hang out. It's so wonderful. And so we have great shows. So I hope you guys will come on back for that. You're so welcome, Michele. You guys are all welcome. Thank you so much for your kindness, your love. So happy that you're here. So grateful that you're a part of this because, there'd be no reason for me to be here if you guys weren't here, right? It'd be like so boring. So don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, guys, please subscribe. Please get yourself on there. It tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing here. And it helps it to be able to get out to other people. It's, I thought it would be really easy to build a YouTube channel, and it's not. And so it's a sacred thing that we do here and want to share it with as many people as we can. So subscribe, give a thumbs up, and send this whole channel some love. So super big blessings to you all. I love you guys all so much, and hopefully we'll see you in about 30 minutes. Mwah, I love you. Stay sparkly.